Hi everyone, welcome to Enjoy English. I'm Steven.
大家好，我是 Bernice.
Today's date is May the 6th, and we're going to be looking at pages 14 to 15 under close test.
我们今天又要进入所谓的克漏字测验了，所以记得我们一样会有一篇文章，然后我们会有挖这个空格，然后等一下老师会来告诉大家一些这个填空的技巧。
A grandma rental service that is taking Japan by storm.So what does it mean?
By storm.
When we take something by storm?
表示你会风靡的意思啦，用中文来翻译的意思是这样啦。这边讲的是一个风靡日本的一个出租的服务，这个服务叫奶奶服务。
Yes. New opportunities in an aging society.
为什么要用 aging 呢？我们知道这个 age 原本是表示年龄的意思，那加了 ing 它就表示一直不断的年龄在往上增长的意思，所以这边讲的是高龄化社会里面的一个新机遇。
Let's find out more about this rental service.
好的。
A grandma rental service that is taking Japan by storm.In Japan, about 9.3 million people aged 65 and above are still part of the workforce as of 2024. This means roughly 1/4 of seniors continue working beyond retirement age. As the cost of living rises each year, many seniors find that pension income alone is barely enough to cover daily expenses.To maintain financial stability, some choose part-time work rather than fully retire. One service that responds to this reality is OK Oba-chan, which hires grandmas between the ages of 60 and 94 to provide various forms of assistance.The service has attracted public attention for turning Japan's aging population into a valuable human resource. Whether you need to learn to cook a special recipe, want some words of wisdom after a breakup, or simply hope for someone calm and experienced to talk to, all you need to do is pay about 630 NT dollars per hour plus travel expenses,and OK Oba-chan will send a grandma to lend a hand. With around 100 grandmas available, the service offers help with daily tasks, as well as warm grandmotherly guidance. OK Oba-chan not only meets the practical needs of customers, but also gives seniors a chance to feel useful and connected.In
Japan, about 9.3 million people aged 65 and above are still part of the workforce as of 2024.
好了，第一个句子就讲说，哇，在日本呢，将近有930万这样子的age 的，我们知道这个 age， 记得你前面其实省略的是 who are aged 的，就他们的年龄呢有65岁，甚至要 above， 甚至65岁以上这样子的一种比较年纪年长的老年人呢，他们依旧仍然呢是 part of the workforce。我们知道 workforce 指的就是劳动力啦，所以意思就是说他们现在还在工作里面，而且是 as of， 这个 as of 表示截至，好，就是时间一直到2024年。
So in this sentence, I like how it started out with in Japan. So instantly we let the listener or the reader know where we're at. So that's a very good technique when you're trying to tell people about a specific location where things are happening. Okay, then we have about 9.3 million people. You could also use the word around. Okay, we sometimes use around as well to talk about a number, the approximate number.
Yeah.
Okay, are still part of the workforce. Part of something 就是什么东西的一部分. And as of 24, so as of, you can use it to indicate where it's telling about something that's starting at a date. Okay, it indicates the time and date from which something starts as of 2024. This means roughly 1/4 of seniors continue working beyond retirement age.
接下来第二个句子讲的这个 this means， 这个 this 指的是什么？就是刚才上一个句子，在日本2024年截至到这个年份为止呢，还有超过65岁甚至以上的这群人呢，还在工作。这样子的一个状况，这个状况的意思呢，就是指说呢 roughly 就是刚才像老师讲的，你可以换成 about， 你可以换成 around， 对不对？或者是那个 approximately 那个字。好，所以大约呢有1/4的这个年长者呢，他们依旧 seniors 讲的就是比较年纪年长的一些人。他们持续的在工作 continue， 别忘了后面的动词要加 ing， 而且他们工作的这个时间点呢是 beyond 就是指超出某一个范围了。什么样的一个范围呢？是他们原本的一个退休年龄，就是他有一个法定年龄，你应该要退休了，可是超越这个年龄很多了，他们依旧还在工作。
Yes, and retirement is a noun in this sentence. As the cost of living rises each year, many seniors find that pension income alone is barely enough to cover daily expenses.
所以接下来他就讲了，为什么这些已经截至到这个所谓的退休年龄的这些人，他们还要继续的工作呢？他这边用了 as 就是随着了。随着什么东西呢 ？The cost of living 就是生活里面的这些花费，花费做什么事 ？rises 上升了，而且是每一年都在上升。所以很多的这些年长者呢，就发觉到一件事：哎呀，我的钱不够用了。尤其是你退休以后领的是什么钱 ？pension 就是你的养老金啦。所以你如果用你的养老金的这个收入 alone 就是单独的，如果我只有养老金的收入的话呢，是怎么样的足够？我们刚刚讲了，因为应该是不足够，对不对？所以你这一个空格应该要选的一个答案是比较不怎么样，才能够去形容你的这个足够。所以下面4个选项呢，比较好的选项当然就是第二个 B 啦 ，barely 就是几乎不的意思。A exactly 是刚刚好就足够了。那么 C originally 原本上是足够的。第4个 D relatively 相对上来说是足够的，这个翻译都是不太对的，所以讲的就是几乎就是不足够的。不足够来做什么？记得 enough 后面要接 to， 可以来 cover 你的 daily expenses， 就是你可以来支付你的日常开销。
So cover daily expenses. 这个 cover in this sentence, another option would be enough to pay for daily expenses. But see, that's so long, right?
对，
so
太长了。
might as well use one verb to say this whole meaning. Be enough to pay for it. Cover is a perfect option. Okay. Also, just to bring attention to another word in this sentence. When we said as the cost of living rises each year, another verb you could use is increases each year.
增加。
All right. To maintain financial stability, some choose part-time work rather than fully retire.
所以呢，为了这些年长者呢，为了要能够维持他的经济上面的一个稳定，所以这个 financial 形容后面这个稳定的名词。所以有一些年长者就选择，那这样好了，我就来兼差一下好了 ，rather than 而不是 fully 完全的退休，因为这边的退休是动词，所以你要用副词来修饰这个动词。
Yeah, so fully retire, just completely retire. Retire is the verb form of 退休.
Yeah.
Okay. And to maintain financial stability, you can say to keep financial stability. But it's always good to learn different options for the same meaning.
Yeah.
And here, some choose part-time, even though we don't have the people or the senior citizens, we know we're talking about these people. So then that's why you can take out seniors or people. But I also want to call attention to the word seniors. Sometimes you'll see the words senior citizen to talk about people who are above the age of 65. Yeah. Okay, let's take a short break.
Okay.
One service that responds to this reality is OK Abachan, which hires grandmas between the ages of 60 and 94 to provide various forms of assistance.
好了，接下来进入到我们的第二段啦。第二段他就开始说了， 这些我们刚刚讲的这些所谓的年长者呢，因为他们要维持他们经济上面的这样的一个稳定，所以呢，这时候呢就顺势推出了一个 service， 就有这样的一种服务了。这个服务是什么样的一个服务呢？ That 下面有4个选项，我们之所以要选的是 A respond to 叫回应，因为刚才那个状况就是这些年长者想说，哎呀，那干脆呢我不要退休了，因为我呢可能没有办法这个支付我身上的这些生活的花费，那这样子好了，我就选择兼职啊，因为我可能年纪大了，也没有办法再像以前一样全职的工作。好，那所以为了因应这样子的一个服务就出现了，所以答案选的是 A respond to， 就是回应或者是因应这样的一个状况。那第二个 B 呢 lean on 依靠啦， suffer from 后面通常要接比较负面的东西啊，对，比如说你遭受到什么疾病啦或战争啦等等的。第4个跟什么人沟通，好奇怪哦，所以这题答案呢比较好的是第一个 A 啦。所以为了回应这样子的一种 reality， 就是现实真正日本现在就有这样的一个状况呢，就是出现了一个 OK 奶奶。这个奶奶是怎么样的一个奶奶呢？他是说呢他们会 hire which， 因为他这边加了逗点是因为他讲的这个 OK 奶奶是一个特殊的名称啊，所以他逗点加上这个 which。他说这一些奶奶们这样的运用这样的一个状况呢，就是指他们去雇用好一些人家的这一些所谓的老奶奶们，那他们的年龄呢大约就是60岁到94岁。那这些老奶奶要做什么事呢？他们主要就是要提供各式各样不同形式的一些 assistance 就是 help 帮助的意思。
So Bernice 老师 she mentioned 为了做什么事情 so we have the preposition to in the sentence to say what they're going to do, what the OK Abachan grandmas are going to do. They're going to give all types of help to people. Okay? The service has attracted public attention for turning Japan's aging population into a valuable human resource.
那这一项的这个服务呢，它其实吸引了这个所谓的大众的这些关注啦，哈。为什么吸引这些大众的关注呢？主要的原因就是因为它把日本的这种所谓的 aging population， 就是开始这个做这个所谓的慢慢增长的这样的一个老化的状况的人口呢，把它转变成为一个什么样的一个人力资源呢？那你想想看嘛，本来这些所谓老奶奶们，他们可能年纪年长了，对于社会来讲，可能是一种经济上面的负担，所以你要把这样子的一个状况，让他们可以有工作的机会，那你这时候把他们变成了什么样的人力资源呢？ A 放松的，没有错，它是放松的，但是你现在形容的是人力资源。我们要用人当主词，你才能够加 ed 嘛，所以你这时候又不是人在前面当主词，所以这个时候你用 ed 是不对的。第二个 challenging 还要更挑战，都已经对啊，他们都已经年纪那么年长，你还要把它变成很有挑战型的人力资源。C heavy 一样嘛，表示很重的、很沉重的，所以答案选的是第4个 D 是最好的 valuable， 就是很有价值的人力资源。
Yeah, so the grammar here is turn A into B. And just know that A sometimes isn't just one word. Okay, and B might not be just one word too. So here, turn Japan's aging population. So that's the A. So that's something to look out for when you're using these different the grammar, like in English. Like it's not always going to be so easy to see. Sometimes the A can be very long and might throw people off. They might think, oh my God, where's the A? And like they don't know where it ends. So you have to look for the keywords. Turn A into B. Okay, so when you see the into, that's when you know everything before the into is the A.
Yeah.
I can imagine when people are trying to learn how to use the grammar that we're teaching, sometimes it might be very difficult because every example might be a little different.
没错，老师的意思就是说，你先抓住这个 keywords。比如说，像我们现在要讲的是把 A 这个东西转变成 B， 所以你先把 turn 跟 into 抓到，那你就知道在这个中间就是你的 A 跟你的 B 了。
All right, let's take a short break.
好的。
Okay, so we're starting out this paragraph with weather. So whenever you see weather at the beginning of a sentence, you know that we're going to give you 2 or more options, okay? Whether you need to learn to cook a special recipe, want some words of wisdom after a breakup, or simply hope for someone calm and experienced to talk to, all you need to do is pay about 630 NT dollars per hour plus travel expenses, and OK Oba-chan will send a grandma to lend a hand.
超级无敌长的一个句子，这个句子接近这个文章的一半了，这个段落的一半。
But that's what I mean, though. Like this, whether A, B, or C, the A and B and C's are very long, right? So that's why
超级长。
I know a lot of people when they're looking at this grammar, they will have like that. Oh my God, this sentence is so long. Where does the A? Where's the B? Yeah, just we have the commas there to show where the A and B and C are.
没错，所以你在看这个文章，千万不要自己迷失了方向。好，就像老师刚才讲的，你先找到你的关键字，像刚刚老师Stephen 老师提醒的，你用 whether 作为开头的时候，就是有给你选择了。那所以你先把你要选择的东西先抓出来说，我现在要选择的 A 选项有什么 ，B 选项有什么。好，然后你再去慢慢的把这个句子去做拆解。所以你拆解的点是一个是 whether， 一个是 or。然后呢，你在其他的中间 in between 的这些字呢，就是你的那个所谓的选项。所以你的第一个选项就是说，如果今天呢，无论是否你今天想要学一个新的烹饪的一个特别的这个料理，我们知道这个 recipe 就是指这个食谱啦，要烹饪的这个东西，就是你要怎么准备一些什么样的材料、食材等等的。所以无论你是要做 A 这件事情。然后呢，接下来你可能是想要一些 words of wisdom。wisdom 就是有一些智慧的人可以说的话，能够说出有智慧的话的这些人呢，通常年纪也比较年长，对不对？好，所以他就可以告诉你一些我一些人生的哲理，跟我曾经发生过的什么样的经验可以告诉你的。所以我们就可以说呢，这种所谓的 words of wisdom 就是类似像一些人家给你的金玉良言啦。好，如果你想要听一些这个人家给你的金玉良言，这个金玉良言什么时候听？是在你跟人家分手之后，你觉得人生没有希望了，你需要别人给你一些智慧的建议。好，那这时候呢，这是另外一个选项。又或者呢 ，simply 你仅仅只是希望呢有一个人可以呢比较冷静的人，而且他是很有经验的人。这个人呢是可以跟你聊聊天的，你可以好好的倾诉一下你心里面的想法。All you need to do， 这是你的主词，你所有要做的事情就是记得这个 is 后面有一个 to 被省略了，所以你要接的是原形动词，答案选的是 C。你大概呢每个小时就付个630块台币就可以了。那再加上呢，你可能要付给人家一些所谓的交通费嘛，因为人家要到你这边来呀。那这时候呢，这个 OK 欧巴奖这样的一个机构呢，就会把一个老奶奶派过来干嘛 ？Lend a hand， 借你一把手，也就是帮助你。
Yeah, so lend a hand, you could just say help you out or assist you. So I do like when Bernice 老师你刚刚说或许这样子 right? So that's something to pay attention to when you're reading in English because having these different intonations will help people kind of stay on track of what you're saying, especially with long sentences like this.
没错。
Just like in Chinese, you said 或许怎样怎样怎样. In English, I chose to read that or simply hope for someone calm and experienced to talk to. So you have to pay attention to how people read that, whether it's through me or other English native speakers, because when you do that, it helps people that are listening to kind of like know what you're talking about. Because what I see in a lot of my students is they'll read it very, very like monotone. They'll go, whether you need to learn to cook a special recipe, want some words of wisdom. Yeah, and people can understand what you're saying, but the meaning of that sentence might kind of get muddled or very unclear because it's hard to like kind of understand like what your point is.
对，你的重点到底在哪里？
Yeah, and that's something that people overlook all the time. Okay, and here 630 NT dollars per hour. This per, of course, you could use the word each hour, but a lot of times we use per instead. And plus travel expenses, you could also say in addition to travel expenses, but plus is so much easier, right? Okay. With around 100 grandmas available, the service offers help with daily tasks as well as warm grandmotherly guidance.
哇哦，这个机构呢，将近有100个 这样的所谓的老奶奶们呢，他们呢都是怎么样 available，你都可以请求他们来帮你做这些服务了。那么这个 service 呢，它并且呢提供了每一天你想要做的一些 task， 就是一天每些的一些工作，日常生活上面的一些协助。比如说呢，你只是要一个比较温暖一般的啦，而且要像奶奶一般的什么东西呢？那你想想看嘛，不可能是 A attitude， 你要像奶奶一般的态度要干嘛？对不对？第二个 B 就是一个非常好的答案了 ，guidance 就是他给你一些指导呀，跟你讲说以奶奶的角度跟经验来看这件事情你要怎么处理会比较好哟。好，所以这个 guidance 就是有点类似像他们给你一些 advice 啦或 support 啦这样子的。occasion 是某一个特殊的场合，那第四个 D 允许你做一件事情都不是，所以这时候呢，你只要呢，就是刚才讲的630块钱，然后再加交通费呢，那他们就会派大概总共有100位的奶奶可以提供这样的一些日常事务上的协助。
So a lot of times we see adverbs end with ly. So yeah, but in this sentence, grandmotherly is an adjective. So that's just something to look out for. So whenever you see the ending with an ly, it's not always going to be an adverb. It could be an adjective as well.
这个也是要稍微的去记住一下，因为这边是名词加 ly， 所以它变成形容词了。
Yes. Okay, Oba-chan not only meets the practical needs of customers, but also gives seniors a chance to feel useful and connected.
对，所以这个句子放在结论句是非常好的，因为它告诉你呢，刚才我上面写的这篇文章，它的重点就是这样子，就是这个服务呢，它不仅仅只是呢符合了这些所谓实际上的一些客户上的需求，就是它可以提供你实质上的这些帮助，同时呢，它也给予这些年长者呢有一个机会，可以让他们自己觉得我其实还是对于这个社会是有用的哦，而且呢，我也可以跟这个社会保持联络。
像这个有用 is full of use， 很有用嘛，so useful. Okay, a lot of times we take a noun and we add full at the end to say it's full of this thing. And then here, meets the practical needs. Okay, we could also use the verb satisfy. Satisfies the practical needs or fulfills the practical needs of customers. So there's just different options for the same verb.
对，这边的 meet 就是有满足的意思了，就不像我们之前讲的两个人见面了。
All right, so hopefully you guys learned a lot about this very unique service.
真的
Next time I go to Japan, maybe I can give it a try.
是啊，因为确实现在在日本跟台湾呢，都是面临到这个老年人口的这个问题，其实相当严重的。所以让这些奶奶们呢，年纪比较年长的人，对于我们这些年轻人，可以给我们一些这么好的建议跟服务，我觉得确实相当不错。
All right, see you guys next time.
拜拜。